The DAZN Boxing Show is on the road again, and we're back in the fight game, spiritual home of Las Vegas, as Conor Benn's comeback continues against the undefeated American Peter Dobson. All right, the Brits are in Vegas. Brit Invasion, they are calling it. Conor Benn here to take on Pete Dobson. Remember, it gets underway 10:30 Ringwalk PM for Conor Benn for UK fight fans. All the card gets underway from 8 o'clock. We're lucky enough to be joined by the man looking dapper as well, looking sharp.
Got a leather set on.
Yeah. Not many people can get away with that.
Can you imagine me wearing that?
No chance.
How do you think you pull it off?
No chance. Absolutely no chance. How you doing, Conor?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good.
Yeah? Good to be again. Good to be fighting again.
Just good to get back out, to be headlining in Vegas. You know, it's a dream, man. You think so many great fighters don't even get the opportunity of fighting here, let alone headlining. So, you know, for me, it's nothing short of a blessing. I
saw you, I think you posted a picture of the billboard. That must almost give you goosebumps when you see that. Like, it's one thing to fight in Vegas, but to see a billboard with your name on it in Vegas on the strip, box ticked.
That's dreams.
That's
got to be a
dreams,
dream.
made it.
Well.
Mama made it.
Yeah, but it is that. But
we can all go now.
But almost like, Dad, I've made it. Because obviously, watching your dad beat Aaron Barkley here, was it always on your checklist to fight in Vegas? Because of your dad fighting here?
No, not because of my dad. No, I just never thought it would happen. You know, as a fighter, we fight anytime, any place, anywhere. We're, you know, irrelevant at the venue. But I would say being here and landing here, what a dream.
Feels special.
What a dream. Yeah, it feels special. You know, seeing my name up in the lights, you know, not only just where I saw it, but it's at the T-Mobile, but it's everywhere, all around Vegas. So for me, it's like pinch yourself moment. And, you know, you don't really get many of them in life. This is definitely one of them.
Can we talk about the love you're getting from American fight fans? I saw your interview with Ariel Helwani.
Yeah.
And I looked at all the comments, and sometimes they say don't look at the comments, but I looked at the comments, love, 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 love all the way. Even when you went to Mexico, Canelo Ryder, and I saw you doing the ring walk and mad love. Is that strange to you to see how much love you're getting from Americans and Mexicans?
No, because I feel like I fight like a Mexican. You know, so I feel like people irrelevant around the world, I feel like when you fight, people will only remember how you made them feel when they're watching your fight. People can, remember the feelings. You know, when you watch a fight, oh, how did he make me feel? Oh, hair standing up. You know, but now biting, standing up on the edge of your chair. People remember that. So people love it's entertainment. I'd rather lose a
war.
No, I'd rather lose a war than win a boring fight.
Interesting.
Because then it's like, bro, did you even win?
Look,
you know?
It's a two-horse race. We've got to mention your opponent, Peter Dobson. What do you make of his energy, his confidence today at the presser?
Yeah, he's it's just ridiculous. Like, I mean, he's shaking like a dog.
Do you think he's hiding behind words?
Yeah, of course he is. You know, it's like, keep that energy. Keep that energy. When you see someone, and I've had enough of this over the past 18 months of people saying what they want to say on social media, and then when it comes down to it, oh, what's happening, bro? What's happening, geez? Yeah, you good? Yeah. It's like, mate, own it. Own it, I'm here. You know, so when I come and see him, it's like, no, now I'm here. Don't brick it. You know, mean what you say. Social media leads people into a false sense of security and saying what they want to say, and then when you see them, their energy's off. You know, and that's how I really feel about this. So when I see him, and we had the first face-off, not a word come out of his mouth. First face-off, it wasn't recorded, it wasn't on camera. First face-off, didn't say one word for the whole time. We got in the car, went to the Las Vegas sign. Someone sent a message over. This is factual. Someone sent a message over and said, you need to spice up. And then I've got there, and then he started piping up. I thought, you won't say what I'm going to say because I'm live on DAZN.
What do you think about him stylistically, his boxing?
I haven't really seen him.
You don't watch your
opponents? No, I never watched my opponents, but I didn't watch Algieri or Van Heerden or Vargas, Formella. I believe that's my trainer's job. And I trust in Tony's hands to study the opponent and the shots we need to work on, because we'll work out them for the 12 weeks. We'll work out their shot throughout the camp. Yeah. And I always listen, so the shot will come off, the shot will land. You know, and that's how I prepare. I'm not worried about what he does. I'm not going to go.
What about his size, though? He does look a bit bigger, naturally.
He ain't bigger than a Roscoe.
No.
He was a beast.
Yeah.
You know, he ain't.
He was a tough Mexican, wasn't he?
You know, he ain't taller than Algieri or Van Heerden, but I see Van Heerden the other day in the gym. He ain't bigger than him. You know, so it makes no difference to me. I look at him as if, like, I'm not concerned about the height, size, big biceps, small biceps, big. ain't gonna make no difference. Because when I land my right hands, you know, you're gonna fall down heavy.
Are you excited about what the year could have for you in store? I mean, your name's always linked with big fights, right? Always. Just because of who you are, what you bring to the table. Are you excited about what the year can bring?
I mean, I'm not looking past this Saturday, but for me, February's a big month for me. Yeah. February's a massive month. You know, there's a lot happening in this month.
Yeah.
You know, that...
And we hope, fingers crossed, all that gets resolved as well.
Which should be resolved this month, as well as my sister's wedding, with my twin sister, as well as my fight in Vegas, headline in Vegas. Then I got a baby girl on the way. So it's like there's so much happening for me. Once I knocked Dobson out, I got a lot of life to live, as in with, you know, my new addition to the family, my sister's wedding, things that I've missed out on over the past 18 months because of everything that's been going on. But I'm ready, man.
You know, I just thought about your sister's fiance having to go through you and Nigel. Having to be introduced. Imagine that. Imagine how difficult that is. Horrible. So the fact he's got through that, it must be a good kid. Must be a good kid.
Yeah. I love Carl. But it must have been fairly intimidating. Fairly intimidating.
He must have changed his pants a few times.
Final one. By the way, you're looking in great shape.
Yeah,
you're looking in great shape. Do you prefer, obviously this one would just be above welterweight, do you prefer the extra bit of size, or will we go back down to welter?
Of course, 147's that's where I want to win the world title, 147 definitely. But for me, right now, why crunch down to 147 when I can make 150?
Yeah, especially if the guys you're fighting are not 147 guys either. They're bigger, naturally, as well, aren't they?
That's it makes no difference to me. You think I spar super middles and light heavies sometimes, so it ain't no concern to me with the weight. The only thing that pains me is the fact I got to wear 2 extra ounces on the gloves.
I saw you take a picture of Dana White the other day.
Yeah.
What's that like, the UFC Performance Institute? Everyone talks about it being like the greatest thing.
What an amazing facility.
Really?
What an amazing facility. Everything there. Everything's on tap. Recovery, special. Everything's there that you need. It's a fighter's dream. Anyone in combat sport, it's their dream to have a venue like that they can go to and just have everything there on hand.
Yeah, Conor Benn, good luck on Saturday. Not that you need it.
All the best.
Well done. Conor Benn takes on Pete Dobson this weekend. So many big fights coming, not just this weekend, but the next year on DAZN.
This will be the greatest atmosphere you have ever witnessed in a boxing ring.
H2O. Ashton Sin!
A sensational finish for Conor Benn.
Working the body here, they're hoping that's going to pay dividends as the rounds go on.
Tremendous right hand.
Tremendous action. Unbelievable. The knockdown was big for Jake Paul.
This is a championship fight.
Yeah, so many massive fights coming your way on DAZN in the next couple of months. One man who's helped put so many of those fights on is Eddie Hearn, and Jamie Ward and Darren Barker caught up with him earlier.
Excited, sad to say the anticipation's growing.
I mean, listen, it's my job to sell the fight card, but I'm talking about this fight card, and when I'm excited, we should be excited, because I'm sitting there buzzing. I mean, I'm buzzing about Ammo Williams against Mbumba. I think Khalil Ko against Asuna is going to be a tremendous fight. And listen, I like what I see from Pete Dobson. All the pressure's on Conor Benn. And I love it when a fighter talks about, this is my moment. And you've got 3 guys up there, undefeated guys. You know, those top 3 fights, all undefeated fighters. And when you look at Mbumba, you look at Asuna, and you look at Dobson, 3 guys who are absolutely desperate to change their life. One of those guys wins, they land themselves a massive opportunity on the world stage for a lot of money. And you've got to take them very seriously. From a pedigree perspective, Conor, Ammo, Khalil, you expect them to be too good. But there's going to be an upset in one of those 3 fights. And listen, Conor's Conor. He's a ferocious performer. And he means what he says. When he talks about coming straight out in the first round to take him clean out, he will do everything he can to knock him out in the first round.
And do you believe, on the flip side, Dobson believes he's going to do the same? Do you think he's going to meet Conor?
Yeah, I think Dobson actually does have a good boxing IQ. I think he's from that well-schooled era around the Bronx and Brooklyn. Like, he's been in the gyms, he's been sparring with all those top guys. For me, the most dangerous part of a Conor Benn fight, like his old man, is the first few rounds. Yeah. Like, look at the Iron Barkley fight here in Las Vegas, same kind of thing. And he was rocked, and that can happen. I mean, Conor's wide open. That's why he's one of the most exciting fighters on the planet. Yeah. It's not like he's going to come out, when he lets his hand go, you can't hit him. He's right in front of you. But he's willing to take one to land 6 or 7. And do not be surprised if this fight is over in the first round, honestly. You know, people come out, I'm going to come out in the first round. He means it.
He will.
He means it.
Yeah.
He will not come out and get behind a jab. And that is why, when you talk about excitement, when you talk about pound for pound excitement and box office fighters, that's Conor Benn. Sometimes in a fight, you get a guy comes out behind the jab, and you know, you've had all this hype, you've had all this building, and sort of 3 rounds in, you're going, oh, this is a bit disappointing. Not on Conor Benn's watch. First bell, middle of the ring, knock him clean out. That is what he brings in terms of excitement. It's dangerous.
Do you think there's personal pride in the Benn household here as well? Because I was talking to Conor yesterday, and he said, look, both of Nigel's wins in Vegas came in the final 10 seconds of the opening round. And he said, look, if my dad did it in 2:57, I'll do it in 2:56. I think it's added into the motivation.
I just think, you know, headlining in Las Vegas, I've had so many fighters that I've worked with, their dream was always to fight or headline in Las Vegas. I mean, you wanted always to fight in Vegas. Carl Froch was another one. Kell Brook. I mean, all of these fighters, Anthony Joshua. Conor Benn, you know, really by luck, if you like, has got the chance to do it. This is a massive moment for his career. You've got the US audience, we're prime time in the UK as well. If he goes out and backs up his words, he's the kind of guy that people watch and go, wow. Like, you will see unbelievable excitement. 10:30 p.m. UK time, 2:30 here in the Cosmo. It's a really great night, afternoon of boxing. But Conor Benn's ready to explode.
And all goes well, Conor wins. What is the plan for Conor moving forward?
Well, look, we want to get that fight back in the UK. You've got a lot of international fighters, big name fighters, kind of emigrate into the Middle East for massive opportunities, and rightfully so. So we need to be in the UK with big names. I said before, and you know, some people that might not be Conor Benn fans, and you know, there are some because of everything that's happened. You can't deny that outside of Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury, who is the biggest name in British boxing? He's right up there. You know, you've got Eubank, but Conor's there, and he's so exciting. And when you've got a fighter and a product like Conor Benn that you can roll out, he will fill stadiums in the UK, he will fill arenas in the UK. We can walk straight into a Kell Brook fight, Liam Smith fight, Chris Eubank fight. We can bring a big name American to the UK. We need Conor Benn for British boxing. It's been nearly 2 years that this whole debacle has been rolling on for. It's time to bring him home and see him headline in the UK. But it all means nothing if he doesn't beat Dobson on Saturday. If he can get the momentum of a stunning knockout, light up Las Vegas on Saturday night, we can bring him back to fill stadiums in the UK. So a big night for him. What's next is we want that UK fight. If not, we'll be back in Las Vegas, we'll be in America, New York, for a big, big name. We can't call out and talk about Crawford and Boots and all these guys and struggle against Dobson. He's got to destroy him on Saturday night.
Here's a reminder of what's coming your way on the main card this Saturday. We start with big stepper Khalil Coe taking on Gerardo Osuna. The Romford Bull crashes into Vegas as Johnny Fisher faces Dimitri Bezos. Our co-main is between Austin Williams and Conor Coyle. And then our main event sees Conor Benn make his return once again in America. He takes on American challenger Peter Dobson. Conor Benn is back, and it's a big one as well. Conor Benn takes on Pete Dobson this weekend in the Cosmopolitan, Las Vegas as well. Big. I mean, that's every kid's dream, isn't it?
Of course it is.
Right?
I mean, you can see the energy from the fighters. This is what it's all about. You dream of this, and I can understand their excitement.
Yeah, Conor Benn. Let's talk about the main card first, because there are so many good fights on the undercard as well. Let's talk about Conor Benn, Pete Dobson. Pete Dobson's supposed to take on Luke McCormack, wasn't he?
I think that's right, yeah.
I think he was, right? Recently, yeah. Obviously, that didn't happen. McCormack got injured. He now gets a chance against Conor Benn. The fight will, I've been told, happen at 150 as well.
He looked big, Dobson.
Yeah.
Looked very, very big. But one thing's for sure, though there was a lot of shaking from the feet.
What was that about?
I don't know.
Just nerves,
you got to remember as well, some of these people don't like talking in front of crowds.
But he's a good talker.
Yeah.
This is what surprised me, because he's such a good speaker.
Exactly that. And I tell you now, I've been involved in boxing a long time, and you can genuinely tell when someone is blagging it. They don't really believe what they're saying. Dobson, I'm sure you agree, he believes he's going to upset the apple
As he should. He's an unbeaten fighter. Yeah. He's got a good knockout record as well. Yeah, 16-0, 9 knockouts. So it should be a tough one. If Conor Benn does get through, and we're expecting him to, is it, not on paper, but is it in the ring Conor Benn's best win? Because on paper, you'll look at former world champions.
Look, he doesn't know how to lose. I still think the Vargas win in the first round was a good win. But, it's... I like what Peter Dobson's saying. So in that sense, he's unbeaten, he fancies the job, come out of the mud like he said, this is his opportunity to save.
Miles on the clock.
Miles on the clock. So in some respects, it would be.
Yeah, indeed. If Conor Benn does come through, are we looking at a busy year? He's almost playing catch-up, isn't he? So we need at least 3-4 fights in 2024?
Yeah, I think activity is key here. Obviously, not as busy as he'd like to be for the obvious reasons, but now it's about fighting. It's about being busy, getting that timing, getting that distance, whether it's the big name fights that he goes for or pursues that chance of fighting for a world title. That can only happen if you get that timing, get that distance, get busy, get people talking about you again. Because like Eddie said there, one thing's for sure with Conor Benn, every single time he fights, he brings it. He's not going to take a back step.
No. He literally is. He is the front foot fighter of all front foot fighters, isn't he? He can fight on the back, but he likes front foot fighting, as does Ammo Williams as well. And it's good to see Ammo Williams back in action. I feel like he's been around forever, but you look at the record, only 15 fights. Yeah. But I think Eddie said this at the presser. He's on the cusp of a world title shot now. He has to get through Mbumba on Saturday.
This is what you call a banana skin. Mbumba really fancies the job. And let me tell you, I've done my prep on him. He can fight. He can really fight. He believes in himself. He's another one who's not just hiding behind words. He really believes he can upset the apple cart here. But Ammo Williams, he's kind of a promoter's dream. I like the way he talks there. Yeah. There's so much confidence. He oozes that charisma, if you like. And in the ring, though I don't think we've seen the best of him yet, because he does switch off sometimes against Kieran Conway. I thought there was moments where Conway might turn the screw and be able to upset Ammo, but when he's on full flow, which I think we've yet to see, he's a very, very hard man.
And that's dangerous to say, because I think I've seen him in really good performances and he looks good. The light heavyweight division, arguably one of the toughest divisions in world boxing right now. A guy that's trying to get into the mix, and the back end of 2024 will be Khalil Coe. He's got a big fight in front of him though against the hard-hitting Gerard Asuna. Someone's O has got to go. I can say that about a lot of fights in this card, but this one, someone's O has definitely got to go.
Let me talk about Asuna right now. 20-0, right? In that 20-0, there's 18 knockouts, right? And look, I will.
Are you his promoter? It sounds good.
I will say the quality is nowhere near of Coe, right? But these Mexicans, who predominantly the guys who's fought, do not lay down.
No, agreed.
They take some beating. They really do. They, again, like some of these guys we've mentioned already, they've got the opportunity to change their life, really get out of those hard slums, if you like, parts of Mexico. This is their opportunity. So they give it everything. They give it everything. For him to stop 18 of those shows he has real power. Khalil Coe, a very, very, very good fighter. If I was to say one thing about him, is sometimes it's so easy for him. He kind of just relaxes, and that tempo,
almost a bit laid back, too laid
very
back.
Very laid back. Sometimes we see their personality when they're laid back like that, it transfers into the ring. He needs to be a bit sharper, start a bit faster. But I was in San Antonio when he knocked out James Quitter with a thunderous right hand, can punch with both hands, but a real talent.
Look at Darren Barker's done his research. I like it. Good stuff, Darren.
Cheers, mate.
I like it. The Brits are here as well. Obviously, Johnny Fisher kind of headlines the British invasion. He's brought over hundreds, which is ridiculous when you think of Christmas was only a couple of weeks back. Yeah. And they've decided to come over. He's been over here before. He likes it over here. Good to see what Johnny Fisher can do.
Yeah. A good gauger. Bezos we see against Adelaide.
Got put down in 2 in that one, didn't it?
Yeah, put down early and then dropped and stopped later on in that fight. But I just think Johnny Fisher punches harder than Adelaide. I think he's another one. He's similar to Conor in the respect that the bell's going to go, and you know he's seek and destroy. He's going to go for it. So I expect, if I'm honest, an early finish here. George Liddard and Jimmy Sains. You talk about the opportunity.
This is not just being here. They're getting the sparring as well. They're sparring good guys as well.
I was just about to say it. Took the words out of my mouth. It's not just this experience. It's the experience of being in these gyms in LA, rubbing shoulders with some very good fighters, having, I wouldn't say wars, but tough competitive spars, and they hold you in good stead. It gives you a kind of a gauger of where you need to be and where you've got to head to. And look, they want the opportunity to headline here one day. They want their names in bright stars. But again, I'll say it one more time, the opportunity for these lads is tremendous.
Final one, very quickly on this one. Obviously, look, the fighters will have to get to the arena very early. They have to get there in the morning.
This is nuts.
Which is strange. Like, how will they adapt to that? Because they're not used to that. We're not used to it.
Well, look, I think certainly from the Tony Sims' gym, you're sort of training around 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. anyway, so I don't think it will trouble those at all. I always kind of found it a little weird that I was training at that time in the gym and then I was fighting about 10 p.m. at night. So your body's kind of adjusted. They've been out in the West Side of America for a little while.
West Coast.
West side.
West Coast.
West Coast.
West Coast. West side. Same
Well,
thing.
same
I guess.
thing, isn't it? Same.
West, I don't know. Is it the same thing?
6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Anyway, all right. The West Coast of the states. So they're adjusted.
Yeah.
It's going to be nuts for us. It's going to be nuts for us.
gonna be crazy
11
for us.
a.m. I'm going to be called in the first fight about 11 a.m.
Yeah, it's going to take me about
It's
an hour to do
crackers.
my makeup, so I'm going to get up at 6 a.m. to get it done. But look, make sure you guys do tune in on Saturday. All gets underway 8 p.m. for you lucky UK viewers. Conor Benn will ring walk at 10:30. We'll see you Saturday.
This is exactly where I need to be. This is what I do.
A sensational finish for Conor Benn.
I'm the destroyer. Regardless of opponent, I'm on another level. That's seek and destroy. February 3rd, the entire division will be on notice.